So, welcome to 2025 Qigong. Just get into a standing posture. Feel rooted. Feel your feet rooting into the ground. Your feet, not your feet rooting to the ground. Soften your ankles, soften your knees. Allow your tailbone to drop down. Allow your mind to drop down further into the body, around about your dantian, just below the navel. Soft shoulders, chin tucked in, head lifted up, creating space in your spine, what you call song, creating expansiveness in the body. Let's close your eyes for a couple of seconds and just notice how you're feeling at this moment as we start the class. Notice your emotional body, where it is, your mind, physical body. Little bit of space at the axilla and a little bit of space at the groin between your legs. Rooted into gravity. Then open your eyes. And we're going to just do a very soft bounce. Let the bounce start just through your ankles and your knees. And just the momentum of that bounce allows the arms to swing as well. Be aware of your sacrum. So each time you bounce up, your sacrum is bearing down, moving down. As the sacrum bounces down, so your lumbar spine gets a little bit more freedom to move there between your last lumbar and your first sacral joint there. Have a sense that your sacroiliac joints are softening and opening a little bit as you're bouncing there. And then go up your spine till you get to the shoulder blades. And notice how, as you bounce, shoulder blades are dropping down. They're dropping down the rib cage, dropping down, but also moving slightly outwards. Allow your arms to get a little bit more play in that forward and backward motion there. And allow your chin to be tucked in. And notice that as you're bouncing, your head is lifting upwards, upwards towards the sky, towards the universe, lengthening your neck upwards. At the same time that your lower spine is lengthening downwards, creating that beautiful flexibility in your spine, in the spaces between each vertebra. And allow your breath to drop down, slow and deep breath. Close your eyes for a little bit as you do that, and notice how, as your arms go forwards, the capsule of the shoulder is stretching a little bit, particularly at the back of the arm. So we're opening the shoulder joints, just with the weight of the arms throwing forwards, opening the shoulders, shoulder blades dropping down, sacrum dropping down, head lifting up, and put your mind to your elbows. Notice there's an opening of the elbow joint with the weight of the arm swinging through. Soften the elbows, soften the wrists, and then feel your thumb lengthening as you're swinging there. Be aware of your thumb joint softening. And then your index finger, middle finger, your ring finger, and your little finger. And then feel your palm becoming wider but also longer, softening. All the long bones going through to your fingers there. And notice how when you think of the palms of your feet, you can at the same time feel a softening of the sole of your feet. So the sole of your foot is like the palm of the foot. So allow both those areas just to open and soften and expand. And allow slowly that swinging to become smaller, smaller, until you're back in your standing posture. Feel your feet grounded, tailbone dropped, long spine, shoulders dropped, chin tucked in. Good. And from there, we're going to go straight into knocking on the door of life. So we're thinking about the spine here, with spine rotating, especially in the lumbar spine, the lower spine, and knocking your hands over the door of life. Sea of energy in front and the door of life at the back. Second lumbar, sea of energy. Door of life, sea of energy just below your navel. Door of life, Ming Min. Feel your spine lifting as you're turning. Don't break the turn by getting a bend in your spine. And wanting to wake yourself a little bit so you can have a nice clap of your hands on your body, waking up the energy. Qigong, working skillfully with your energy. Whenever you're tapping your body, you're actually waking some energy up to move around your body and do whatever it needs to do, whatever purpose you need to use it. So instead of sitting there, sorry, everything's blowing away. I'm just going to carry on. All right. And now we're going to go up to one hand into shoulder nest, just below the shoulder blade. Other hand is going to Ming Men back. I've been afraid of my roof blowing off today, but it seems still to be there. And then onto gallbladder 31 over the trapezius trigger point there, which gives you a clear mind, also known as shoulder well. So good to use when you are having sore shoulder or headaches, either of the two. Again, just giving a nice good knock so we're waking up. I think quite a few of us haven't done much Qigong for quite a while. So this is a good way to start. Coming back to shoulder nest, lung 1, good for your breathing, good for your immunity. Good thing, take deep breaths and back to Ming Men and the sea of energy. And slowly allow your body to slow down. And we're going to water waves where we're just allowing a soft flow of air between our fingers as we do kind of a yin part of knocking on the door of life. When we're knocking hard, it's a more yang, but here we're coming with the yin. So close your eyes and just notice how it feels as your shoulders are moving. Feel your elbows. Feel your wrists. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your knees. I'm being plagued by flies as well today. Okay. And come to rest. Shake your feet a little bit there. And let's pick some cherries. So as you're pulling the branch down, you're picking the cherries. And then the other side, keeping your feet rooted as your spine lifts and gets longer, longer, longer. And you make space between your ribs and your pelvis. Stretching up, and you can stretch over a little bit as well, get a bit more stretch through your rib cage. Stretching slowly so your fascia can give a little bit of play there. A little bit more, opening through your shoulders, opening to the pelvis there, but feeling really grounded with your feet. Okay. Pop your hands under the last ribs. So we're digging tiger mouth there. Large intestine 4. So just below the last ribs, feel your ribs and slide just under your little floating ribs there. They don't go all the way around because they're not attached to your sternum there. And as you breathe in, you're going to push your hands out. And as you breathe out, just follow your diaphragm as it goes back to the center. So breathing in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. We're going to make our exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And that is going to tell the body that everything's fine and we're relaxed and we can drop into a bit more parasympathetic mode with this form of breathing. What's pushing our hands out to the side is the diaphragm, the muscle of the diaphragm, like an umbrella, is pushing down and becoming wider as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, it's like the umbrella folding up. So there's more longitudinal space and less horizontal space. Breathing in through the nose. Try and do a 5 in and a 6 out. You're aware that your feet are still grounded, that your spine is long, your tailbone is dropped, and you've got lots of length in the spine. Remember that we can change our energy state just by changing our breathing. Okay. Let's do a little bit more work with our feet. So we're going to heel forwards and toe back, and the up hands moving the opposite direction. So we're working at bringing some nice coordination into our body. So heel forwards, toes back, slow it down so that you challenge your balance a little bit. This is a preparatory exercise for longer Tai Chi forms because there you need to do a lot of moving balance. Qigong we don't do quite as much, but this is a very nice one to start off with. Other side, heel forwards, toe back, heel forwards, toe back. You can just do that when you're standing in your garden, when you're standing in the kitchen. As we get older, our balance becomes poorer, and this is a really good way to enhance it. We're going to go to the side, so we're going to step to the side, and our hands are going in a block position. So as if your hands are on a wall, and not like that. So just there, and come back to center. Step out, and come back. And again, as you step out, weight onto this leg, 70%, and step out. Come back, step out, step out. Also a very early stage martial arts block there. Try and, as we do these exercises, oiling the joints and movements for the joints, being aware of how your body feels. Back, opposite side, step out. Feel firm. As you step out, feel that firmness as you widen your stance. Tai Chi and Qigong put you in a nice wide stance, which is very good for your balance. Hey, let's go back to breathing. So we did belt breathing over here. Now we're going to do full body breath. So we're going to get the breath into the belly, wave breathing, breath into the belly, the ribs, and then the chest, and then going down from the chest to the ribs to the belly. So breathing in, belly, expand the ribs, expand the chest, and then drop the chest, drop the ribs, and drop the belly. This one just in your own time. Just have a nice long breath. I want you to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And when you come to the end of the out breath, do an extra little right at the end. So we're clearing the old stale air in the lungs. Breathing in, breathing out, right at the end, and breathe in. All the way up to the chest, and breathe out through the mouth. At the end, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in. This filling up of your lungs, like you're filling up a container, filling up the front, the sides, and the back, is pretty much what Wim Hof breathing is. Except that we're doing a full out breath. And when Wim Hof does it, it's just you let go the breath as you breathe out. So here we are actively thinking about breathing in and actively out. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And right at the end, going in, out, extra bit of air out. Once more, out, relax. Okay, let's carry on with clearing. So we are going to let Tiger clear the way. So allow your hands to be little loose claws here, or big loose claws. And your knees are going to bend. Don't let your knees go in there. Keep them center or slightly out as you bend. And you breathe out through the mouth. Feel your space. When you're letting go there, you can be letting go old air from the lungs. You could be making space between your shoulder blades, tight neck stuff. Could be emotional let go and even mental letting go. And again, last one, just being aware of that physical space around you. This exercise very good for loosening up shoulders and neck, but very strengthening for the legs and the knees and the back. And once more. Good. And just take Tiger in the grass. So Tiger is going to stretch right up. So open up through your back there, a little bit side. Keep your feet grounded. And then Tiger coming down, taking anything that needs to be sent to the ground, all the way down. And then back of the hands together and stretch up, opening in front of the belly. And opening through the shoulders, the wrists, the hands, the fingers, keeping your chin tucked in. And just anything that needs to be cleared, clear it down, compost into the ground. And the ground will use it to grow new things, new ideas, new plants, whatever. Last one, stretch right up. Do a little bit of a wiggle through your arms here to get a nice side stretch on each side. And breathe out. Drop your head down. Straighten your knees. And slowly come up. All right, here. Hands on your hips and circle through your waist. Allow movements, strong movements in the body, powerful movements go from shoulder to hips, hips to shoulders. Movement doesn't go through one half of the body, goes diagonally right across. And feel the pelvis move forward, side, back, side, and forwards, side. So good for your intestines, all your organs, so they don't stiffen up and stagnate. Change direction around. One more, back, side, forwards and side. And bring your legs in a little bit and open your hands, palms facing forwards. Let's spread the feathers. So hands come forwards, bottom goes back, spiral your thumbs around and straighten up. Keep your chin tucked in, your tailbone drop down. Nice deep breath in. And slowly drop your ear down to your shoulder, feeling the opposite side of the neck stretch and maybe stretching through that arm as well. So you feel the stretch going down the inside of your arms, down the yin side, down that's going to be your lung and your heart and your small intestine. And then come up, breathe in and breathe out and drop your ear down to opposite side. Feel the stretch through your neck and push down through your hand. Stretch maybe through the shoulder, front of the arm into the hand. You might even get a bit of tingling in your fingers as you do that. Come back up. So the back of the hands forward, scoop behind you, still bottom goes back and come around. There we go. So then the little fingers going around, just spiraling around. Tuck your chin in, breathe in, and drop your shoulder down. And I'm mistaken. I'm now stretching the inside, the front of the arms. And before we were stretching the yang side, which would have been large intestine. And triple kita. And coming up there. And shake your hands. Fingers, shake wrists. Let your legs move around a little bit there. And from shaking the hands, shake the shoulders. And if you feel strong enough, start bouncing on the heels a little bit. And we'll do one or two of each of the healing sounds, starting with the lungs. So the lungs is going to be breathing out with a Z. So breathing in and you just do 3 as long as you have breath to do that. Breathe in again. And one more. In through the nose, out to the mouth. And relax and just shake a little bit. As you're doing them, you can actually notice if you can actually feel a vibration in a particular organ we're working with. That was the lungs, and next is going to be the kidneys. And that's going to be a choof sound, like the steam train and going up the hill. So breathing in. In. You might notice that it's different. Each sound you make is different. It has a different difficulty in making it and a sense of where it's going to. And choose not very, very easily, but when you're making these sounds through not a completely open mouth, but the sounded syllable, it actually strengthens the lungs because you're putting back pressure into the outbreath. It's very good for the lung health. So we've got next the liver, which is on your left side, and it's going to be an SH. Shh. And in. And once more in. Shh. And you can move around as you do this as well. If you can't bounce, you can kind of step around. And then we go into the heart. Heart is HAW. And breathe in. And again. And the last one is going to be for the spleen and stomach on the left-hand side there. And that's going to be a whoa sound, a guttural sound coming from the back of your throat. And breathing. Breathe in. And relax. And just close your eyes for a second. And you may have noticed that one or other sound is more difficult for you personally to make. And it's a good idea for you to practice it, because you'll actually be working through that organ, working through the musculature of that organ as you do that. Okay. So we're going to do a few flows to finish off with. And because we're going kind of back to basics a little bit, let's get our groundwork done. Let's start with opening the flow. So opening the flow is arms up and dropping down. So wrists come up last. So it's shoulders, elbows, wrists. Shoulders, elbows, wrist. And you're looking for this to be really easy. It's almost as if you're moving with the breath. So breathing in as you come up and breathing out. Looking for effortless movement here. And a flowing movement going from your heels to your toes, all the way up the spine. So thinking about a little undulation in your spine as you're moving. Spine like a string of pearls that can move, not firmly glued together. In and breathe out. So we've been doing a little bit of forward opening. So let's do and open the heart to the sky. So coming from here, coming up, opening. Feel the generosity of that movement as you come out to the side, opening through the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, but the hands are still in sort of magnetic, energetic connection with each other, coming back to the center. And now sink your breastbone to open your space between the shoulder blades, and out you come forwards and opening with generosity, space for your lungs and your heart. And then when you're coming back, open the back, open between the shoulder blades, opening the back of the lungs, and making space for the back of the heart there as well. Breathing in. First you want to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. And breathe out. Breathe in. Feel how your body becomes tall as you open up. Feel how you're stretching the back of the spine as you come around. Breathe in. Making space for your lungs to breathe, your heart to beat. Getting a beautiful flexibility in your rib cage so that there is space for you to breathe in a good amount of oxygen. Every cell in the body uses oxygen to function. So when we have a good amount of breath coming in, our body is healthy. And if we breathe with really shallow breath, then a lot of your cells are basically going into starvation mode. And one more. Open. And breathe out and come down. So now let's hold a chi ball. And you're going to twist twist the waist and turn the palm. So this is a liver clearing exercise. So we're going to twist the waist. One hand goes back. Follow the hand with your eyes as you go back. And then bring your hand back past your face and hold the ball. Twist the palms. Open behind, stretch out in front. Bringing your hand past your ear and your eyes there. And then feel as if you're clearing the air around your outside of the arm there. I like to think of a beautiful, colorful Camino. And as you come along, you're just touching the patterns of the Camino, feeling that lovely silk. Turn over, open up. So it's like you're clearing in front, little chattery, chattery monkey mind, repetitive thoughts of the liver, and then you open up to generosity and creativity once you're not thinking those, stagnant things you've been thinking about for the last 10 years. Okay. Change and open. Breathe out as you come forwards. Breathe out through the mouth when we're wanting to clear. Breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in. Open. Reaching out for new energy, new thoughts. And open. And come out. Coming back to the hands. So much energy is coming out through our hands, just the way we touch, just the way we write, we draw, we plant. All that really good energy is coming out through our hands and our fingers. So we've got 6 meridians either starting or finishing in the fingers. And remember, in the palm, we've got our Lao Gung, that is the palace of work. So let's just feel that chi ball and feel that magnetism as we come in and we pull out from there. And remember, the gates of the arm are 3 fingers above the wrist. So we can activate that by knocking the wrists together with 3 fingers up in the front and 3 fingers down in the back. So opening gates of the arm. So we're looking at heart, pericardium, small intestine, large intestine, and change the hands around the other way. Triple heater. And we'll look at clearing exercise of 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind, and clearing the clouds. So whatever kind of obstacles or difficulties you have, this is just a physical gesture to kind of invite your mind to just open up to new perspectives, other ways of seeing things, and being soft about it. Let's breathe out. Breathe in, coming in. Breathe out. Clearing the mistiness, the fogginess in your brain, fogginess in your emotions, stiffness in the body. Feel your shoulders soft, your elbows soft. Remember, your movements we always stop before they're quite finished. So straight, but not straight. Always a little bit of softness in the end of your movements. Coming back. 1 foot back, 1 foot forwards, and into the other direction. And each time you can put a different hand in front. You can lift your heel up as you come forwards, lift your toe up as you come back. Very, very good for your balance again. And we'll stay with that idea and we'll go back to the tiger. And we're going to keep this position of the lunge position here, but we're going to turn and Our hands are going to face outward. So you're thinking about the tiger coming home in the dark and just maybe, it's called tiger pierces the veil, but you can imagine him maybe clearing the bushes out of the way, maybe the spider webs, maybe the snow tiger. Watch your hands as you move. Bend down as you go back. Bend and then come up again. Feel the power, but also the silence of the tiger, the soft strength of the tiger. Breathing in and out through the mouth. In, out through the mouth. In. Feel your feet grounded, your head lifted up, spine long. One foot in, opposite foot in front. And we're going to do forward lunge. You might find it easier to one side than the other. Very good for your leg strength, your back strength. Great for your shoulders. Watching your hands with your eyes. Forwards, feet slightly apart. And we're going to go straight into embrace tiger. Back of the hands together. Push forward, sink your breastbone. Open up wide, high, down you come. Return to the mountains. Embrace tiger. Up. That's an out breath. In breath all the way around. Return to the mountains. This is your peace, representing your peace. And embrace tiger, representing your courage and your strength. Breathing in, breathing out. Sink back, breathing in. Same time you're making this space around you, your Wei Qi, your strength, your immunity, your personal, but also your emotional immunity as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Coming up, around. And breathe out. Breathe in. Pull that strength up from the ground, your gravitational force there, and push away forward to anything you don't need and gather whatever strong energy. The universe is out there for your use because you live in it, you're part of it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in all the way up. Feel strong, feet rooted. Breathe in. Push forwards. Breathe in. Do last one here. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Feet closer together there. And we're going to bring our arms up and forward. So pulling down the heavens in the 6 directions. Let your hands face upwards and feel your hands, your arms stretching out on both sides. And beyond your hands, feel yourself stretching into the space in nature around you. Making space in the chest, front, making space between your shoulder blades and the back. Strong exercise for your arms and your shoulders to hold your hands in this position. Tailbone drop down, head lifted up, chin tucked in, and turn. And now feel the space in front of you and behind you. Allow yourself to open through the shoulder joints, elbows, wrist joints. At the same time, you're lengthening vertically through the body. You're asking for significant space through the spine and through the shoulder axis there. And from there up to the sky and turn to the front. Space that your shoulders go up, 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 up. So if you're going to touch those stars, some of those planets that were in a line last night and probably tonight as well, and then slowly come down as if you're resting on the air. Feel the substance of the air as you come down. And down towards gravity. And as you come up, feel how you have to pull your arms up against that energy of gravity and then turn and open. Stretch again, open your hands, the palms, the fingers. Now step, breathe in and turning the opposite direction. Lifting your spine up as you turn, giving it space. Arms up, coming back to center. Slowly coming down, and you get a rest. Allow your hands to rest just below the navel. And the dantian needs to come down. Close your eyes. And just notice how your weight changes from one foot to the other. Maybe from the back to the front of the foot or side to side. You're not using your sight for balance now. You're using all the little proprioceptive nerves in the joints, having to tell your body where it is in space. Feel your feet grounded like it's got long roots going into the ground, giving stability. So this is called bamboo in the wind. So I can certainly feel the wind around me, but if in your place where there's a little bit of wind, just notice the touch of the wind on your face, your arms. If you don't, just notice the temperature of the air around you, on your body, maybe on your hair, your face, hands. Notice the touch of your clothes on your skin. Any sounds, either inside you, or maybe your heartbeat, your breathing. Just become aware of it. Any sounds outside of you. Allow your face to soften, your jaw to soften, your shoulders. Any part of your body that feels a little bit heavy or tight, just allow it to relax and just melt away. Ice to water, you say ice to water, melt away. And slowly drop your hands at your sides. And when you open your eyes, notice the space around you rather than the objects in the space. Open your eyes. And just walk back into the next part of your lives. Have a wonderful week, and thank you for coming to Qigong.